Can I improve a knackered old Nike Wedge with purely a £5 groove sharpener off Amazon and an old wire brush that I found in the shop? Let's have a look. Soft 10,800. Where's the backspin? That's like Vokey level. Guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. Simon down here at Burford Golf Lab, and wow, look at that. That has definitely seen at better days. Focus, please. Now, that's the full treatment, that is. However, what I want to know is, if I clean this, restore it, use a groove sharpener I got off Amazon, wire brush, everything else, is that gonna help the spin? I actually reduced it because at the end of the day, rust potentially can help in terms of spin rate, and that's what I want to find out today. Can I bring the aesthetics back to this club and improve the spin rate? Is it even worth bringing back? Is this even worth even buying? And everything else like that. Guys, my name's Simon, welcome down to Burford Golf Lab. Please leave this video a like if you liked it, subscribe if you're new. Let's look at my awful wedge game, trying to keep the ball speed as similar as possible and see what kind of numbers we can produce when this is basically something that you'll find in the garbage bin, and then restoring it, quotation marks, see how good it is after that. Okay, so 5 shots, 110 yards away from the flag. I'll be very interested to see what kind of numbers this produces anyway, because, well, it's just not in a great state, is it? This is what you're finding for a £5 at the boot sale. Well, I think that's pretty good. Looks all over it. Touch short. Wow, that's already got tons of spin on it. I mean, these greens are obviously probably a bit like forgiving in terms of soft. 10,800. Where's the backspin? That's like Vokey level. I'm gonna pull that a bit. I think that was good. Caught it. So first of all, I'm going to show you the numbers. I'll bring them up on screen. Ridiculous amount of spin already. I was really surprised just using a normal Pro V1X. Like, I don't think you'd necessarily want any more spin than that, otherwise it's not getting to the flag. So I don't really know what to expect now. I mean, that's kind of surprised me. I was expecting it to be a lot lower. I expected it to be like 7,000, like around that mark, but yeah, I mean, my wedge play is not great, as you can see, pulling it and obviously the ball speed, but we're aiming for that 90-mile-an-hour mark anyway to try and get a fair comparison. We can see some of the numbers there around the 90. In terms of carry, it's about 104, and then obviously with quite a bit of spin. So be interesting to see now if we clean it up, make it probably more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Is it going to actually make any difference? Let's have a look. Right, here goes nothing. Soapy water, this. Let's see what we can do. Okay, done. I used a bit of acetone just to get any like grease or anything from my hands off the club. That's as clean as 10 minutes of hard labour can go. I mean, it's a different wedge altogether now. That looks obviously a lot more cleaner, aesthetically pleasing. Now, in terms of what I use in terms of the groove sharpener and this thingamabob, I don't think this was really that great. And there might be a reason why. Obviously, I'm using U grooves here, which are obviously illegal now. This is quite a narrow blade, which I imagine is a lot closer to what V grooves are. The only thing I would say is that this would probably be great for cleaning grooves, not really sharpening. Didn't sharpen anything. If anything, the harder I went at it, I actually made the grooves deeper, like scratching it away, which is potentially making your grooves then illegal and not really be able to use in competitive golf. However, they'd be great out the rough. So this is now fully clean, we can say. So let's see what numbers it produces. Let's see if I've lost spin or gained spin compared to obviously the rusty, tatty, old look that we had of this before. Here goes nothing, 5 shots, similar ball speed. It looks a lot better, it has to be said. I'm a bit more confident standing over it, but let's see what numbers it produces now. Still a bit of spin on the wedge. Does it make any difference? That was 89 miles an hour ball speed, which is pretty much bang on. 10,700, which is pretty much similar. I'll put the glove on for the next ones. However, I did push out to the right, so club face is probably slightly open for that one. Let's hit another one. Feel like that was good. Ooh, but looking at the test, doesn't look like it's spinning as much. Again, 89 ball speed. I didn't see the spin rate on that one, but I'm guessing it's in the 10,000s. I feel more comfortable with it though, if that makes any sense. That's probably my best wedge shot today. Interesting. 92, 10,100. So let's talk about the results. Interestingly, even though my wedge game's very poor, interestingly, we saw a lot more backspin with the wedge that was rusty. However, if you ask me which one I'd rather play with, it's obviously going to be the cleaner one. One, for the aesthetics, I stood over it, I felt more confident. You could say I was more warmed up, so it'd be nice to go back to the rusty one. However, spin rate was a lot more consistent, and I think that's purely because the face was a lot more consistent. Depending if I hit it off the toe or the heel, I think if you had a pure rust face that was consistent all over, then that's potentially a different game. However, I think when I caught it in certain places of the wedge all over, sometimes I was getting 11,000, close to 12,000, which I'm just never getting to the flag. And then all of a sudden, if I'm hitting out the toe or wherever, 8,700. Whereas as soon as I clean the grooves, consistently high 9,000s, 10,000s, plus the wedge actually looks better. So if I had to choose between the two, I've got to say clean your wedge. That being said, what does it really say? Now these are illegal grooves, I should say. It's probably not a fair test. I probably should do this test again with a wedge that has the normal V grooves now. However, those grooves predominantly gave you a more advantage in the rough, not necessarily off the fairway, and that's why they were banned, because pros were able to hit them out the rough and still get the control, whereas now you get penalised a lot more with the V grooves because water, grass, etc. gets in it. But we're not talking like thousands and thousands of RPM difference realistically, and both of these wedges, even, well, at the end of the day, it's an old wedge, and I'm still with soundish technique, still getting more than enough to stop it on the green and get it to spin back. Guys, leave me your thoughts down below. Leave this video a like if you liked it. Catch you guys later.